I am very thankful that I never got in a situation where I got in too deep. I was close where it was like, oh, now I need to probably tell you my why.
Oh, so you were saying you were going along to get along, and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
it got a little far, and you was like, "Hold on, I got something to tell you."
yeah,
You
yeah,
say
yeah.
you playing JimDre, you playing right
No,
now.
no, no, yeah. But again, this is JimDre, the young man. This
Mhm.
is JimDre, the adolescent, who again was trying to navigate these waters, and it got
Mm.
little too deep for me a couple of times where I played myself.
Ooh, wait, hold on, stay right there. What you mean you played yourself?
Well, I played myself getting in a situation I should have never been in.
There you go.
You
And we
feel?
talk about that all the time about like, you underestimate sometime where like how far temptation could bring you. And it's like why play? So like you said, you played yourself.
Most definitely, but now no more playing myself. I
Amen.
learned my lesson.
Amen. JimDre, what you said is so good. I wrote a book a couple of years ago called The Decision, and I talked about that. I've always been confident in my decision. No one can make me feel less than or like I was missing out. And I was so confident that in college, when people would find out I'm a virgin and I'll explain my why, they be scratching their head like, "Hey, Shakia, maybe I should wait. Maybe I need to step back, right?" Because you're so confident in it. It almost brings conviction sometimes, right? And it makes people pause and think. So, like you said, when you were articulating your why and you were sincere in it, how can people push back against it? Because what you're saying is truth,
Mhm.
right? Whether they jump on the bandwagon or not, they can't refute what you're saying is solid.
Yep.
So I love that. Let that be a testament to be confident in your why, your decision. And what can they do after that, right? Which way can they go after that? But to say, dang, I respect it. At the bare minimum, I respect it. I may not start living that lifestyle, but I can't go against what he's saying. So what
Mhm.
about now, JimDre? We're not gonna go too far, but now that you're married, has that come up somehow where like, you tell people I actually waited until marriage? Is that a conversation that ever comes up?
Yes, it definitely comes up. Again, I've been married. We're on year 3 in July 28th. But it's not just my testimony. It's something that my wife Tiffany, that we actually waited together as well.
Mm.
So it's just no longer my testimony. It's our testimony,
Ooh.
with us being one, and it is dope. I knew I had a story in my walk, but that was one of the reasons why we clicked when we reconnected. Is she was doing it too, was waiting, so it felt really good when we had to wait together
Right.
before we got married, and that's our testimony now. We actually had lunch with an older couple who loves our story and testimony, who belong to our church, and they just wanted to hear from us because they're navigating a long distance relationship, and that's something that we did during COVID.
Wow.
So we told them about our waiting story, how we reconnected, and how it's tough and it's annoying at times, but it's well worth it. And we're so glad that we waited for one another.
How beautiful is that? And we're going to talk a little more about him and his wife and their journey. But how beautiful is that? Because I remember a social media friend. I get when people say now like, we're social media friends because like, there's this guy and that's what he is, right? Well, I guess we met in person once. But anyway, social media friend. He was dating a girl. They were abstaining and they were headed towards marriage. And I was just telling him, I said, here on out is your testimony, right? So even when your temptation is knocking at your door and you want to remember that this is your forever story, after you cross over people and you're pushing abstinence and you're pushing purity, they're going to be like, well, did y'all wait? What did y'all do? And this is no shame or conviction to nobody, but let that be in the forefront of your mind. That's your forever testimony. So if you can curate that to be one of that we waited, then do that. Because like you said, now you're on the other side and now it's both of you guys' testimony and now you're pouring into other couples, right? So I love that. Like, hey, you didn't give an invitation. Amen. Y'all done crossed over now. You can enjoy the other side, right? With
Yeah.
no conviction and still have that beautiful testimony